Hello. Well, that sucks. Yes, the real start. I opened Guinness and then everything went to shit. Practicing for Life After Death, number 333. The tickets went online, not to be the commercial boy for Crypto the Wizard, but here we go. Ginger Wizard and the Peter Jacksons, as if Riders of Rohan wasn't Lord of the Rings enough. Here we go. Secrecy and Suited, of course, are playing. Those are the first three. And I'm pretty sure No Future will also be playing because they just announced, or Charlie just announced, that they will be doing a LP or a whatever EP. I don't know, cool cover. So they will be playing. Cheers to them. Cheers for bringing them over. Okay. On to the serious business. We are going to do a tape delay. I'm just going to play the last Vaal Winter. There's more coming, of course. I showed it before because these will always pop up in New Era videos, but I don't know what more to say about it, so I'll just play it in the back. I'm going to turn it down a bit because it's going to be blasting. So yeah, the tape delay will be here for about half an hour, I guess. We'll see where it gets with this. Here you go. Let's start. Tape delay is always in the last 5, I think. Diabolical Vitriol, just simply because they are the better tape distro around. They're from France. He is heavily involved in the black metal scene. I think he's an older guy because he also works with Metatasis Paris, the books, and for the shirt book he contributed a lot, so I think he's involved in the scene, which shows in his work what he is distributing and also what he is putting out himself. Let's give 2 examples of how to do a box and how to not do a box. Let's do the Rein Chaos first. Now, to not do a box is saying a lot. Turn out of it, because this is actually a nice box set, nothing to complain about. I love the label they have, or I have releases by Northeast, Eastwind and Stormfront by these guys. I'm not sure where they're from, I think Southern America, but I'm not sure. They have 5 releases. This, like I said, Northeast, Eastwind, Stormfront. The Eastwind is my favorite with the vellum cover, very nice. The hell I'm still missing. But this is the Asmodeus 9395, a forgotten gem or a demo box from a Norwegian band from Bergen, Vestland, Norway, who had been around from 91 to 95. These combine the 2 demos. There are actually 3 demos, but why I'm being negative is because it's a very nice box set. Then it's just 2 tapes. So nothing more, nothing nice, and I'll show what Diabolical Vitriol is doing. But yeah, so a self-titled demo where one of the tracks is being tagged onto the Garden of Eden. This is the first one, 90. Year on here should be early 90. Yeah, 92 maybe. I'm not sure. Let's see. There's a lot here, so I don't drop anything. Here we go. A 3-piece or a 4-piece. If you look it up, there's 3. There's Bart, like a beard, which is drummer and vocals. There is Frode Helmich Pedersen, who is guitar and synth, and then Quasar Argent, who is also a player for Ancient, a live player for Ancient, who does vocals, bass, and drum. Now, if you look here, there are 4 people involved. The other one too, and this is one of the tropes I adore in black metal. 3 guys in corpse paints, 1 guy who refuses, that is beard or Bart. This is the re-release, of course. Officially limited edition to 100 copies under exclusive license of Asmodeus. So yeah, very truthful release to the original, I think. This is number 36 out of the entire bunch. But yeah, it's a shame that they put so much effort into the box, and then to not have something extra like a poster or a, I don't know, a bit more info. Maybe there was just not that much info. Very nice tapes. That's all very well done. The J cards are plentiful, I guess, but there you go. Sometimes they're just a band from Norway. Once again, a 4-piece with the guy refusing to go, all corpse painted out. Yeah, it's weird because when you see it here, it also is just the 3 guys. So I don't know who number 4 is. Maybe there's an apparition in the back with all their releases. But yeah, some forgotten gems from Norway, Asmodeus. I looked it up. There were, how many? 29 Asmodeuses. Not all the same. Not all the same way of writing, but I mean 29. So yeah, that's the first one, Asmodeus box. And then their box, which is a Galirept, I think, a Galirept, I'm not sure. This is the triple box, tape box set, so it's like this. Folds open like so, and this is Diabolical Vitriol on one side, and the other one is, I can't read it, Morte, but I'm not sure, so it's a dual release. This comes as a big box or a triple box with a full leather patch. Speed Moi Paris, I think they also did the Vlad Tepes patch, and then there are the 3 releases they did for the thing. This, or 2 of them were already released through Archaic Memories, the label that if you are into black metal since, I don't know, the mid 2000, not mid, but the 10s, like 2015, 2016, they were the label that brought out Moraz and what else did they do? I think maybe Lamb of Mormor. They had some stuff, and they had some Polish stuff. These are also guys that were in Vendea, Curse Nazarene, the singer was in there. Which the singer for this house also has these very crow-like vocals. I think his name is Gota, I'm not sure. Gota and Shadok are the 2 people that are pushed to the front. I think it's these 2. They have a bunch of old members, of course, but yeah, Polish, if you didn't know, out of the Venadai. But names like Jan Martini, which I really love, then Vlad, which if you think Asmodeus has lots of entrances into Metallum, Vlad I counted, or this was Vlad 46 on there, so yeah. They were active from 94 to 2006 and did 2 demos. It's not as key heavy as you would expect from a Polish band. It's actually more dirty sound, raw sound, very echoing, very low in production, but very audible still. It's like intense over, you know, raw production. But like I said, a very crawl-like vocal in some parts, especially early when they had the old logo. So you have 3 incarnations of the logo. For the Expectation from 95, the Arrival in 96, and then the Wiki Minione, I think, in 97. Limited to 50. This is number 50. So yeah, very nice box. 3 tapes come out. This is the first one, very truthful to the cover. The second one, The Arrival, very dark, Ligand Sword, and then just a black for the last one. All on white tapes. I'll get the J cards out. They are very nice tapes, textured white with screws. Then here is the first, Gota and Abadot. So yeah, some lineup changes here and there. I'm not sure who was in here when. Yeah, session keyboards, you know. So there is keys on here. It's just not Velas heavy keys, if that makes sense. Second one is also just the same tape, different logo. There we go. J-card, Abadot, Gota, and Manarot on guitar. Maybe that's Jan Martin, I'm not sure. There is some liner notes, but unfortunately they are true to the game and they are in Polish. My Polish is good, but not that good. So that's the second one from 95. What did I say? No, 96 maybe, and then 97. Once again, same tape. Here we go. This is one with the most well-known cover, I guess. Once again, everything in Polish. So yeah. I didn't Google Translate Promorte. Then the tape box was wide enough to have a second one, so we have a pin in here. There we go, the pin. I'll get that one out. It is a logo pin tagged onto a card. There we go. Shows up nice, which will be staying in there. And then there is this bigger poster. There you go, with some more color pictures of the guys in the 90s in Poland. A lot of X's, a lot of swords, a lot of leather. So yeah, there you go. This is how you do a box set. Maximize it. I mean, it costs enough money, so not that the other one isn't worth it. The music is very, very nice, but still, this is a very nicely put together box. It all fits in very nicely. Badge on top. There you go. Agaliret. That's it. Don't drop anything. Then some tapes that already passed in other videos, but yeah. Let's go. Vitala. The first one I found is local. It's like this, one of the demos. There you go. There is the man himself. On the bottom of the tape. No contact, fuck off, very 2016, 2017. This is on, I don't think it's on Black and Green, but I'm once again going to blank on what label it is. It is not the original, because that would have been a bone colored tape, but yeah. Black Circle is devoted to Satan, Master, Darkness, and everything which contributes to the suffering and everlasting destruction of the human race. Limited to 100, and this is number 9. One of those weird cut tapes, the two of them. Very nice. Vitala is one of the key holders of the Portugal scene, in my opinion. Still, listened to a bunch of it around yeah, 2016, 2020, and then it tapered off a bit, but I'm still really in love with Vitala. Still. Then on to the ones I've shown. This is Lunar Sorcery. I showed this one in the last thing, but I didn't talk about the music too much. What this is American black metal, a very oppressive wall of sound, high tinny guitars here and there, but still very great lines. Yeah, there are some floundering layers of guitar that run through. It's not always the same sound. They vary very much in guitar. It's always the burly drumming that has the backbone. It's, like I said, a very oppressive wall of sound. But the voice, very demanding, very demanding, controlling voice over that entire thing. So you have a bulky black metal sound that just pushes the entire thing. Reminiscent of Moonblood and early Nagarot, and they are linked to bands like Igor's Glaive. I have to read this, Gim Forage, something like that, and Felstimmer, I don't know what that is. Collier d'Ombre and Chaos Moon are also mentioned in the same world that Lunar Sorcery is in. So yeah, it's all very transparent and not transparent who is in here. I'm not familiar, so there you go. It is also from the label that I talked about earlier. No, this is from the previous one. Did I mention it anywhere? No. It's on the next one. But yeah, this is a very good tape in itself. If you are into that sound, like the Chaos Moon, the early Alex Poole stuff linked to the Icelandic, but the killer for those 1-2 medieval prophecy is this one, the Draugheimen, yes. This is incredible tape. A very good synth tone on this one. It has that baantje, but you won't know what I'm talking about because you're not from Holland or Belgium. But it has that very melancholic, very sober tone that the synth produces. Very cold riffs. It kind of opens like a beatdown hardcore record, and there is hardcore tinges here and there, like with a lot of USBM or newer USBM, but not overtly, I would say. It's just these are guys that I think play more than black metal. I don't know. It's just very well played. It's more than just the dingy, yeah, the dingy pure black metal sound. So yeah, cold riffs, but then with that synth layer drenched all over it. The comparison is for Outfit from Diabolical, of course, but it goes into it has these glorious mid-paced sweeps that run through it. The drums are always blasting, just like on the Lunar Sorcery. It's the backbone of the entire thing. Double kick sits perfectly in the mix with this one, and yeah, just a very good tape. So I showed it twice. There's a reason for it. Check it out. I think it is still in distros here and there. Very beautiful cover painting. There you go. And then the picture of the guy in the forest, or the girl in the forest. I don't know. Very good looking tape, very good sounding tape from that part of the black metal world, which is the US Belgium connection. Okay, I got a phone call, so I had to press the pause. These are also from Diabolical Vitriol. This is stuff from the Aske Circle, which I tend to follow here and there, but just like with the Blood and Crescent stuff, it is very prolific, or he is very prolific, so it's hard to follow. A lot of vinyl on altar, tapes on the Sonorous Night, that is that label, so it's, as far as I can tell, it's Peregrinus of the Abyss, I think he is called, together with another guy. I'll delve into it. I think they are a two-piece, but I'm, like I said, not really sure. I think this is the band that, it's actually cool to have some doubt here and there, not to fully. It's maybe because I'm not investing as much time into it or searching for it, but still, it's fine to have some mystery here and there. Vorigfang, they're all Norwegian projects. This is the first one, like I said, on Sonorous Night, limited to 50. This is 17. This is the first one. I have no idea if I already showed this. I don't think so, because it was from the last batch of Diabolical Vitriol. Skapt af en Iswind, I'm not sure, and Storm of Sorg. It's all in Norwegian, so I don't know. Remix OG mastered by Peregrinus, Vorigfang logo by Taurus, Aske Circle. So yeah, everything runs through each other. This is the re-release of this tape. The other, the original or the altar cover and the Nietstand cover had a boiling cauldron on the cover, so this is the church release, or the re-release, I guess. So this is Vorigfang. This is one side, or this is one side. Then you have Filth, which is this. Looks a bit Svartadautus on the cover, but it's something else. With Sort Skogsmesse, I think. Yeah, Sword, or I don't know. Peregrinus on one side, and then Lord G on the other side. So a duo or help from the other, I'm not sure. And there you go, dropped. Thank God it's a J card. Once again, limited to 75, a bit more than the other one. And then we have the Mysterium. If you start looking into it, they have Darkthrone as well as something like Judas Iscariot. There is some French in there. They lend from all over the place. So steal from the best, produce the worst, but the worst is the best, if you get my thing. Mysterium with, let's see, Cimmerian Storm, I think, Frozen Darkness, Moon, Palette, Gleam, Beneath the Stars, Ash Falls Like Snow, and then an outro. And this is then Lord G, or Lord Guts Krieg. That's my best. Norwegian. Very cool. I was under the impression that they did something else Mysterium, but I could be mistaking it or mixing it up with something else. But yeah, these are tapes I am going to put near the stereo because I haven't delved into it too much. If the Fell Winter cuts out, we'll be listening to Mysterium. Then, cheers. It's not morning, so maybe is in order. This is a tape I randomly got from blanking on the distro that also had Macabre Overdose number 3, but you had to go over 10 just to order something. So I picked the only thing that was of interest, and this is Woldulf, I guess, from the Corpse Gates. This is the re-release, I think maybe on the label. No, this is on Vinlandic Werewolf distribution. This is a Greek band that has ties to Lamentation, Avaris, Der Stürmer, also Nachtkaiser, etc. They're from Athens, Greece. I know them from the live LP they had live in Argentina on New Era Productions. Originally released through Tour de Garde and then re-released through that, I don't know, the label Finlandic Werewolf distribution. You know, in what world you have to look for these people. Yeah, I got to them through Lamentation, I think. Jacht van Hagel on Necromancy and Jarulf Henker, I think, on Maledictions. True necromantic black metal. Very large J-card. Love the cover. Just a weird cave. And then all the lyrics. Yeah, there you go. Some ruins, everything on there. It's just otherwise I couldn't get the zine, so yeah, I can't tell you too much about what they sound like. It's they're from Greece, but don't expect, you know, overtly Greek sounds, if that makes sense. Then two that I'm going to show as a package. These are not true Diabolical Vitriol as I thought, but The Way of Force, I think, and then Herbert West Production. These are respectively the third and the second edition of these tapes. This is the Blessed in Sin, the much needed Blessed in Sin collection that came in. The first is the Oldest Obscurus, one of their, I don't know, demo full length. It's really hazy with these guys. I'm planning on doing some more if I get some more, but for now I have 2 tapes and a shirt and then a compilation that is around here. Blessed in Sin is Toulouse, yeah, the Funeral, all the bands that I'm blanking, Senior Roland, the Concilium bands. What the link between them, between this and Funeral, is Black Christ, the guy beneath. It's not fresh in my mind, so I'm going off the dome. Blessed in Sin is a splinter band or a side band in the sense that Black Christ was in the first incarnation of Funeral, but then decided to leave to do his own thing. They were mixed up in the entire thing with the grave robbing and the, you know, the corpse cuddling, whatever you want to call it. So they have a glorious past, if you want. It's all very early 90s, mid 90s, and there's some liner notes on the back. So very well produced tapes. It would be cool to see Medieval give them the same thing that they did the Osculum and Fame, maybe a box set here and there. They were plagued with, if you start reading, and I think it's in the Macabre Overdose 4, there is a good thing on Blessed in Sin. They are plagued with lineup changes and people going to college and pauses and recordings gone missing and yeah, just plagued with all that stuff. So it's a blessing that Blessed in Sin that they have managed to get so much on tape or out on tape. This is the Unholy Rehearsal, a tribute to Euronymous with the very nice Félicien Rops artwork on the cover in full color, silver tape. The other one was gold. Yeah, very interesting band. If you are not too much into the politics of everything, I think if you're into Funeral, you definitely love this kind of stuff. Limited to 200. These sell like hotcakes because this is, like I said, the second edition. The other one was the third edition, but classic looking photo material. There you go. I'll do some more. Yeah, the Horny and the Horns, the Impaled Nazarene cover. I'll do some more on them, but like I said, the tail is long and windy, so we'll get there when we get there. For now, let's lay it to rest. The thing I picked up from Diabolical Vitriol, the last thing, was Under the Moon Under the Spell of the Eclipse. Just a blind buy because it was on one of the Spanish labels that I'm looking. I need to look through a wall to see the tape. One of the Spanish labels that not hyped this, but said like, hey, if you're into this and this will appeal to you. So I kind of just grabbed it when it shows up. Under the Moon are from Barcelona, Spain. This is their only release so far. It's Salva Mauri Nicola is the guy behind the one-man project. He also has Calaboro Records, I guess from Spain, and plays in bands like Conjuro, Atonement, and Necromancer, which I have no idea. There's a kind of blind spot on the entire Spanish scene, old and new. I have a bit through Daniel from Down with the Mosai, but I'll ask him very soon. That's a spoiler, I guess. The tape is on Crimson Tide Productions, and you should, sound-wise, it's Black Doom, which is a sound that a few, I guess, tape days ago said was too much and it was oversaturated. You know, bullshit. You can't get enough, but it's Samuel Xantotol Baksak Saksa in that world. So yeah, there's this Under the Moon. Very simple looking tape. Side full moon, side new moon. There we go. And then a simple J cards with an etching, I guess. There you go. Not too much info. And we have reached the outro with this, so I'll put on a new tape. So yeah, third part, Mysterium with Cimmerian Storm, I think, on the Sonorous Nights label. The last part, I'm not sure because I had to cut how many minutes we are in, I guess half an hour. These are Hutchin Pit things, Hutchin Pit, Aske, Inner Front, you know, the good stuff from the UK. Let's start. Let's see. The first thing is Gilster. I'll show it like this because it's a black bag. If you know the Mine logo, Hutchin Pit, not a label, it's a way of life. This is the Gilster, I think from, I don't know, it's been here for a while. It's the more, I don't know, black metal side of the Hutchin Pit, I guess, together with what are all the Raven's Realm is maybe one of them that's comparable. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. Into Pagan Hellfire, there you go. It's from a big drop through labels. I don't know. There you go. He's not distributing it himself, but it's coming through Legion Blowtown, there you go. Into Pagan Hellfire, nice orange tape. The optics always, I mean, since it's not a label, he has time to put, you know, work into optics. Look at the dragon. There you go. Very nice looking. A track list, Only Hair, Into Pagan Hellfire, Iron Nickel Alloy to taste the metal of the Alfachter. Comes with a nice little poster. The time of the black books seems over, and this is the dragon again, done a bit better. There was also a shirt, but you know, it's the first time I ordered through Legion Blowtown since the Brexit scandal. Since you had to pay more for everything you do. So yeah, I didn't opt for the shirt, but went for the tapes only just to have the package small, I guess. They are 3 deep, Gilster, I think. I'm missing one, which is called Hardtide of the Maw, something like that, tape on Hutchin Pit, but that had a black book, was limited to 25 copies. It's Nihingenge, the guy behind Hutchin Pit, and Konomor, who was also in BMOT, HTC, and SITA, which I'm also missing a bunch of. But yeah, Can't get enough of the Pit. Great guys, great music. And then two that are Raps and Whispers from Beneath the Sandstone, Alter, Space Saxons. These two. Space Saxons is this one, and this one is a bit more complicated. I'll go into the title, Overtrodden, the Northern Imperial Underground. I'll show this first. They are already 9 releases deep. I own, I guess, 4.5, because I'm half one tape that I'm not sure is this band yay or nay. It is kind of comparable to Runeboy, but Runeboy is still the flagship band, which here is a bit more experimental. If you look it up, it is experimental black metal, noise, neo-folk, dark ambient, drone, is to cover all bases, I guess. But yeah, this one is released through Aske, or from the latest drop of Aske. Just that black tape, nothing to see here. There's this, which Wavering or Gavering World Tree Beacon, something to do with Stars Alliance, stuff like that. There is the Space Saxon J-Card with the Mjolnir, I don't know, blasting through space, and then the kind of logo for the band, I guess. One track, Soaring Along the Albionic Asteroids. Yeah, they seem to have an unbridled fantasy world or imaginative world that they keep getting stuff out. It's incredible. There's already a new Runeboy that I'm hunting for, so to follow it all. Then this one came from the same drop as the Gilstech. It's quite the package once again. There were beautiful tapes, the one with the shells on there. Yeah, too much, it's all too much. This came with a fold-over poster, like I said, Overtrodden, the Ghost of Ancient English Stone, the Ghost of Ancient English Stone. There you go. The Knight, again with the dead head logo, crow catching the ring. And then post-age music from the Northern Imperial Underground, the Hutchin Pit. Really evocative cover, as in I follow them on the socials, and I've seen them, you know, going onto this this grassland with the stones and just playing that shit. As a drummer for Runeboy, it's kind of the same people here and there, so don't think I'm spoiling the Pit by saying that. Very nice pistache green with then that red and black. I know that's nerd shit, but you know, why else are you here? Ghost of the Ancient English Stone, Rasping Whispers, Songs for the Spirits of the Borderlands, and then Overtrodden. I'm not sure if it's a split. It could be Gloaming Ghost and the Portal of Presence. Could be a split, could be just them doing 2 bands at once. White on the inside. I have no idea. Like I said, some mystery needs to remain even for me, because you know, poking my nose into everything, or my you know, my Sherlock Holmes tape detective. Get in. There you go. That was from Mike Seatown. Expert level. And then the very last thing. I met the guy who is behind Inner Front and much more at the first, to keep it full circle, at the first Live After That. We kind of spoke then. Hit it off is the wrong word, because it's a connection or a guy that I know from online that I was very pleased to meet in real life. I met him again the second time, and he contacted me out of the blue, knowing I was in search of some stuff, some earlier Oscar stuff, this in particular. This is the Old Guard New Blood. It's come, I have it from the, I think the American label that did it, I'm not sure. But this is the banger. This is the double box set that has, you know, if you have been following what's happening to black metal, quote unquote, in the last 5 years maybe by now, you have links between the UK, Germany, I don't think US is on here, but yeah, Russia, Ukraine, whatever people, or wherever people are coming from. But yeah, this is the one of the compilations that documents. It's like the if you had Corp Sound for all the Mayhem bands, you have this one for all the, you know, Huschin, Hutchin Pit, Horrible Room, Inner Front, blanking on stuff. But yeah, this is just actually too much. He just contacted me. He said, unfortunately, I have a friend who passed away, which this was intended for. Rest in peace to him, I guess. I don't know the guy, but he just said, pay me the shipping. It's yours, because I know it's going to a good home. So yeah, I don't know if you see it, but Goosebumps. Yeah, Old Ridge Vault, Castern, Dead Mask Skin, Gargoyle, Sallow Statue, Seitenmesser, Inner Front, Gats, Vitriol. It goes on and on and on and on. Yeah, very stacked release. It is a clamshell VHS box that opens up to 2 tapes, black tapes with a white print on a CD, and then it comes with a very nice stamped poster. And no, it's not stamped, it's just the logos are on there. Limited to 65, and this is number 45. This is a big crest, a double eagle that has all the miniature crests of all the bands, lands, logos, whatever you want, with the Christ figure in the middle, Old Earth Castron. They all have these, you know, heralded figures going for them. I love it to death. There you go. I'm 100% sure he doesn't want his name out there, but Mr. Inner Front, thank you very much for this. This will be cherished. There's already a spot there after I'm done wrecking my ears. Beyond appreciated. Thank you very much. That's it. Tape delay while Mysterium is playing us out. Cheers to all for still hanging in there. Cheers to all of you who support, who buy stuff, who keep this thing going. I don't have stock anymore, but it will be rectified very soon because I'm, you know, constantly getting stuff out. So maybe it's time to go through the tapes. Yeah, there are some tapes on there, so check it out. If you're into cassettes, there's definitely something there for you. There's some black metal too, everything, a bit like Hutchin Pit. That's it, tapes. You were asking for it, you got them. Next up will be some more classic material or Caught in the Wild, and then New Era already is coming in again with a fresh load of Filth. That's it. Have a great week. I'll probably upload this, I hope this weekend, so have a nice rest of the weekend if you see this, and have a good week. That's it. Peace. Bye.